Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Later than scheduled, but we are here, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and also joined by my fellow co-host, looking fantastic on this late evening. This is what I was telling them beforehand. The lovely Black Queen herself, Yan City. What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good.
See that? That's the way to introduce it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, when I'm on your shows, yeah, and you don't introduce me correctly.
Yeah, I
Just
gave
do
you a
that
good,
intro.
I did give you a good.
Eventually, I had to leave and then come back. You know what I'm saying? I just did that off the top of the dome right there, and then you get what I'm saying, off the top of the dome. Who Nobody in this YouTube world has better intros than me. I introduced everybody phenomenally, absolutely. And you know how I know it's right? It's because you're nodding your head and you hate agreeing with me. So that's how I know it's spot on. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everyone who's locked in. Like I said, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A is I'm laughing at one of the comments already. It's later than scheduled, but we are here. Please make sure on your way into the video, as soon as you click this YouTube video or whatever you're watching, make sure you hit the like button on the video, hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel also, hit that notification bell, when you subscribe, because you lot have helped us hit our targets. We had 2 targets before the year was out. Get over 1,500 subscribers. We got to that. Salute to you lot. Then the other one was make us hit the criteria to get monetized, and you helped us with that. So yes, we are here, people. Myself and I say again, the lovely looking Yan City and that looking on point. It's something different, you know what I'm saying? But it looks on point. Obviously, both Manchester teams won this week, so I'm happy. Yan City's happy, even though them winning has kind of annoyed me. It is what it is. But how the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A works is you can ask any question sports related. So it doesn't necessarily have to be football. It can be basketball. It can be cricket. It can be boxing, whatever sport you want to ask. It can be football present, football in the past, any team, any player, etc., etc. But we're going to get to some of the comments. Football Access, what's up? Salute to Football Access. RB says, what you saying, guys? What you saying, Jan?
No, just at work as per usual. But yeah,
You working hard. Shout out my Don Rashid who says Gooty over Kevin De Bruyne. Facts. Big facts. Yeah, me. Man don't know about Gooty. Big up yourself, Flawless. Salute Rashid every time. My bro Flawless, my flipping guy. Salute to Faris, man. That's my Don right there. He's been supporting from early. He said, what up, Jan? Big up. You got nothing to say to that? You just gonna ignore the brother, yeah? Yeah, me. She's busy checking herself out, innit? You was looking I know you were looking at me, so clearly you was looking at yourself and that, you know what I'm saying? Kian Prescott says, yes, Flawless, brother, big up. Lance Faris says, where's Tox? Oh, he's getting his hair did, innit? So he'll be back. Yeah, he's getting his hair did, but he'll be back tomorrow, actually, because we got the Sarcasm. So we got From a Third Eye View, even though Pi Radio shut, we're doing a Christmas special of From a Third Eye View on this channel. So we got a stacked lineup, including Yan City. We got like 4 or 5 special guests. So that'll be the regular time, 7 till 9. And then at 9 o'clock, we're doing the Sarcasm City podcast. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be myself, hopefully Tox, hopefully JV, because it's been a minute since all 3 of us have been together on the Sarcasm City podcast. So yeah, stack lineup, man. We don't stop over Christmas. Rashid said, my guy Flawless, what's going on? I'm good, man. Working, you get what I'm saying? But we out here. Please make sure you hit the share button on the video. Share it across all your socials. If you're watching on my Twitter right now, hit the retweet button. Hit the like button also. If you're watching on Facebook, share it. YouTube, hit the subscribe button. You get what I'm saying? I'll answer this first. Rashid says, how do you feel about KDB? Is the ginger? Oh, he's talking to you. How do you feel about it? About that revelation?
Ginger, Mark Albright. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. If you want to hate, you can hate. Is what it is.
Course.
Facts are facts.
Of course.
Bruno might get there one day. We'll see.
Bruno's always levels clear, but that's what it is. Rashid said, shall I watch this on YouTube or Twitter? Here's what you do, Rashid. Retweet it and like it on my Twitter. Go over to the YouTube, hit the like button, and then you can watch it wherever you want. Just do those 3 things for me, my G. Appreciate it. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ryan, because he's here all the time, and he's a staunch supporter. That's a word, isn't it? Staunch. Is it a word? Help me here, yeah.
If it's used in that context, but yeah.
All right, we're running with it. This is Sarcasm City. Well, he says, big up Flawless and Yan. Salute to Ryan each and every time. Tash says, big up Flawless, my idol. Would love to hop on to chat one day. Well, here's the thing. Over the Christmas period, appreciate those kind words first and foremost. Secondly, over the Christmas period, Christmas period, we'll be doing Q&As and we're going to open up the phone lines. I don't know which day, but I've told you this before, but I'll tell you this again. On Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, there'll be Q&As on all 3 of those days. So I might open up the phone lines all 3 of those days. Depends on my Christmas goes, but there'll be shows over those 3 days anyway. Yes, this is big facts. You know what I'm saying? Yannicka is in her own world. Facts. She is in Yan's world and that. She's in Yan City for real, innit? Yan City, innit? She enjoying herself, innit? Say that again?
It's the place to be.
Yeah, it's debatable. You know what I'm saying? Faris says, no from a third eye view on Monday. Yes, there is a third eye view. Like I said, it will be on this very channel, though. So even though Pie Radio is shut, we're going to keep it going. So we're going to do a Christmas special on the 21st, which is tomorrow. And then the 28th, we've got an OG lineup for you. You get what we're trying to put together to do an end of year special. Yeah, you ain't going to see a better lineup, man. Better lineup than United 99. You get what I'm saying? And that lineup stacked, telling you. I am telling you, look. The Relentless Gunner says, big up Flawless, bro. Please pray for Arsenal. We in the goal. I ain't praying for you. I'm too busy laughing. We're going to get to that.
Oh, God.
Jeremiah says 21-21, Man United 21-21. I say Flawless, put respect on Ollie's name. But did you not predict Spurs to win the title? Spurs, your pick, is it now Ollie? I mean, is it now United? Let me know, innit? You know what I'm saying? Let me know, innit? I want to know. You know, shout out Harris. I know you got me. That's why I said it, my G, innit? Big up Bits and Bubs. He says, big up Flawless and Yan, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You also see, you got second hello.
Big up Bits and Bubs, innit?
Yes. Faris said, man will be shopping on Boxing Day, innit? Hey, salute to everyone. I'm not doing nothing over the Christmas period, innit? I'm going to drink, eat well, drink well, probably get high, and live stream. That's what I'm going to do. The content don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's here. He says, he's magic. You know. I love that chant. That is the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Look, the best chance of you winning the league, innit?
Just shut up. You know what I'm saying? Right, let's get to some of the questions anyway, because there's a couple questions. Get your questions in now. Like I said, any sport, like it can be football, past or present, any team, any manager, any player, whatever, any sport. Like I said, basketball, tennis, boxing, cricket, whatever. I'm trying to see the questions now. Faris says, Canelo, best pound for pound. I'm a boxing head. No, for me, it's Terence Crawford. That's who's top of my pound for pound list. Personally, is Terence Crawford. I know Yan is not a boxing head, so she has no idea, but we'll figure it out between us. But yes, to me, Terence Crawford personally for me he's my pound for pound best in it. He's gone up 3 different weight classes. He unified the division. Yeah, he got all 4 belts in the 140-pound division, 140 division. So yeah, for me, it's Crawford. But if someone said Canelo, I wouldn't argue you down. That's what I'm saying. Bits and Bob says, I don't want to Twitter smoke from Yan. It's Sunday and God's watching. Why are you giving out Twitter smoke to people? What's going on?
Nah, he's just coming for De Bruyne, innit? Don't come at the king.
Yo, everybody, he's now the Ginger Marco Brighton. Let's go, innit?
Nah.
Let's go. Ace Kid J says, Jack Grealish has created the most chances in the Prem, and look at the lack of quality around him. #free Jack. I hear you. Here's a question for you. I'll let you answer this first. Rashid says, can you judge a player if you've only watched their compilations, or is that enough?
No, I think anyone can look really good or really bad based on that. You know, if you take a compilation of every time that player gives the ball away, it's going to tell a very different story to if it's every time they have an assist. Do you know what I mean? So I think it takes watching them. Also, watching them live is different as well. Because, like, the fans that I know from the stadium have different opinions on players to ones that watch it on TV. So even that, I think you need kind of watching them, you know, maybe before they came to your club, watching them at your club, watching them live. All of them things play into how I rate a player. Like, you know, I've seen, let's take De Bruyne because people are sending for him. You know, I've seen De Bruyne live. I've seen De Bruyne single-handedly take a game and win it. You know, he's not even at his best this season. And statistically, he's still up there with the best. So, you know, he's being compared to Bruno because Bruno's matching him or above him this season, but he hasn't been anywhere near his best. So if he gets to his best, that conversation's out the window, isn't it? It is what it is.
Yo, you should have kept the show going. I was just sharing the post, so I didn't want people to hear you twice because
Yeah, I
then
was
you
wondering why it
injured.
was like,
Yeah, that's why it was. But yeah, I agree with what Jan said there. And you to watch a player thoroughly, to like judge him properly. Yes, you have to watch him live multiple times. Watch him live multiple times, and then you can base your judgment. This is why when Manchester United sign players who are outside the Premier League, I'll ask the people around me, like a Jan City, Mr. Aaron United, people who are much more knowledgeable in terms of European football, and then get a base of where this player is kind of. You're more knowledgeable in European football than I am, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I see that. I compliment you all the time. Your knowledge of football is. I wouldn't have you next to me if you weren't talented. Do you think I'm just doing a 2-person show if you're not good? Secondly, anyways, we'll get to that in it. You're welcome is the word you're looking for. Look at you showing all them teeth. There we go. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, there we go. Why you don't hide them? It's all right. Let the smile out in it. It's okay. There it is. Let it out there. There we go. Let the laugh out. As I was saying, yeah, and then I'll get a basis of that. Look at her, she's gone. See that she blushing, people. See, that's what you do to women, man. Them, you know what I'm saying? It was just weird. She's hella blushing, fam. Look, people, man. Them. This is how you get through to women. You get me? That's it right there. Once you can make them laugh, you know what I'm saying? Bingo. And I can talk all this smoke, and she ain't gonna say nothing. But as I was saying, yes, back to that. So I will ask people around me, and then get a basis of what type of player they are. If it's a midfielder, are they a 6, are they a 8, are they a 10? And then watch him for your club and see. Like, I didn't really know too much about Bruno. Obviously, watching him week in, week out, you start to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah says, I thought Spurs will do it, but they are bottlers. Jose is finished. I was telling you all this before, and you was arguing me down. And I was like, Spurs ain't winning no title. Because Spurs will forever be Spurs. That's what it is.
You know what? This league, though, this league is so close. Do you know what I mean? It's not one of them that, you know, a few weeks ago, Man United were not in it. Do you know what I mean? But Spurs were looking like they were going to win it. And then now, it's not like that. It's looking more like Man United than Spurs. Like, this league is going to keep changing. Do you know what I mean? There's fixtures coming thick and fast. Some of the fixtures are not easy. Some of them you think will be easy on paper, but it's not turning out that way. Others look hard on paper, but they're turning out to be easier than you think. Like, you don't know. This league's crazy right now. So I don't think we know who's going to win the league right now. I think Liverpool are getting the points they need, but even then, dropping points to Fulham, stuff like that. If they continue to do things like that, then it'll change again of who we think is going to win the league. It just depends. I think it's early days, and there's not much in it at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, a few weeks ago, they were talking about Chelsea winning the league, you know, and saying Man City have got no chance. And now we're above Chelsea with the same games played. So you just don't know. I think it's early days. Obviously, Liverpool, been there, done that. So it's a little bit different. If it comes to Ollie against Klopp, I would back Klopp because I would think that he could do it, you know, the final stretch over maybe Ollie. But you never know. This league's just...
Stop acting like Ollie can win the league. Stop lying.
I don't think you can. That's what I'm saying. If it's Klopp or Ollie, Klopp will win it.
Yeah,
but
of course.
It depends who's in the mix. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's Pep, it up there as well. He's also been there, done that. So it just depends. I think we'll have to see. But for now, I think predicting who's winning the league right now is always going to be a bit of a long shot because it can change very quickly.
I still think, unfortunately, it's Liverpool.
They're going to be the favourites, yeah. But I think you don't know necessarily who's going to be challenging because it's not going to be... No one, I don't think, is going to run away with it. They were talking about Liverpool running away with it this morning. If Man United win their game in hand, what is it, 3 points?
2 points.
2 points, and then you've got to play them in 2 games' time. So it could be...
So you're telling me Ollie's at the wheel? I hear you.
You know, you don't know. You don't know. It's a long season.
All jokes aside, I think the only team that can stop Liverpool is City. I look at you two, and you're the two. Unfortunately, you two are the 2 options.
You know what? It's up to City because somebody said this a while ago. Like, City defensively are quite good. I think now Spurs have conceded the 2 goals that they did today. I think our defense is actually the best in the league in terms of goals conceded. We tend to be a lot better at the back. Going forward, it's not working, but that should click at one stage. You're not going to have forwards as good as Man City not scoring all season. Like, it's going to click at some point. And when it does, if it does, early enough, we can challenge Liverpool. If we leave it too late and they run away a little bit, we'll struggle. But we can do it. It's just whether the players really want it. Because if the players really want it, they can go. It's there. This season is one of them that's kind of there for the taking. So we'll see what happens. I never really rule City out until we can't win it mathematically. Because I've seen us come from behind before. I think if Liverpool go like 10 points clear, we'll struggle. But right now, where it's less than that,
you're still in the shout.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
There you go. There is the relentless gunner says, Arteta out, please. Nah, Arteta in lifetime contract and that. Lifetime contract. Rashid here says, could Prime Khan take Mayweather? No. I do believe Khan is overly criticized. He's nowhere near as bad as people make out. But could a Prime Khan take Mayweather? To me, no, absolutely not. Virus says, Flawless, give me a summary on how United in the Premier League is doing. I haven't watched a game of football in 2 months. With United in the Premier League, nothing ain't changed, man. We literally rely on individual brilliance to win us matches. That's literally us. Yeah. We can be terrible for 60 minutes. You know this, Virus. You United. We can be terrible for 60, 65, sometimes 70 minutes. And then we can have a 10-minute period where we score 3-4 goals and blow teams away. So that's pretty much what it is with Manchester United. Tash says, is Poch your number one choice or Nagelsmann, Hasselhütter, as my Don Saeed calls him, Ten Hag or Allegri? Yes, Poch is my number one choice. But out of all the names you mentioned there, I would take any one of those 5 because I believe any serious operator wins the league. With the way the league's set up and how close Manchester United are, we were saying this on Rance's channel. Rance mentioned it and he said the only reason why we're not considered title challengers is because no one respects our manager. If this was Pep, if Pep was managing Manchester United, yeah, that's why you're laughing. And United were a game in hand, 2 points off the top. Everybody will be considering United as title challengers. Don't matter if that was Pep managing United, if it was Klopp, if it was Poch, if it was Ancelotti, if it was Nagelsmann, if it was Ten Hag, if it was Allegri. If they're that close to the top in December, everybody's like, right, these men are title challengers. But nobody looks at Ollie and thinks he's a threat. That's what it is. Jan City is not fussed at all. I mean, she is over there, cool, calm, and collected. Tell me I'm lying. You're not worried about it.
It's one of them. I don't want you to win it, so
yeah, but you're not. I know you don't want us to, but you're not worried about it, are you? You don't think, Jesus, United are closing the gap. Ollie's at the wheel. You don't think that, do you?
Well, we're 3 points off Man United, so do you know what I mean? Unless you're going to go out and win every game from now till the end of the season, City have got their chance. If they bottle it, that's it. That's on City. Do you know what I mean? Because technically, we win the Manchester derby at our place, and that advantage is gone. So, for me, as a City fan, if Man United win the league, City have allowed that. So, can't be mad at Man United for doing that.
Yeah, mad, but I'm saying, see that people, she's just not fussed at all. If we had a serious operator, if we had Pep in charge, Klopp, see, that's what I'm saying. But because it's Ollie
before Pep came to City, like Man United fans used to say they wanted Pep. Yeah. And I used to be thinking, I actually really like Pep, so I didn't want him at United because I liked him from before. So.
Rashid here says, you reckon Ryan Garcia will be anything special or is he just hype? I've not watched enough of Ryan Garcia to say if he's hype or not. So I can't. Ace Kid J says Canelo or Billy Joe Saunders. I think Canelo takes him, but I would have liked to have seen it a few years ago. The problem with Billy Joe Saunders is he's just not been in big fights like that. But I think he's a very good boxer. I think he's very, very, very good. He says, Flawless, fill me on the bad things about Gooty's game for future debates. You know what it is, Rashid? Don't have them debates. Don't debate about players you ain't seen. It makes no sense. And I'm not saying the debate doesn't make sense and what you're saying doesn't make sense. I'm saying if you're comparing players from different eras is tough. This is why I would never compare Brazilian Ronaldo to Cristiano Ronaldo. It's different eras, different systems, different defenders, like everything different. So I compare players of the same era because then it's unfair. You can't really put him in a time machine. The relentless gunner says Ten Hag can't defend. Who can defend? Nobody can defend. You got Pep out here playing 2 DMs to something. Nobody. We play 2 DMs and can't defend. Like the hard defending left the building
this season a little bit.
Say that again.
We can actually defend a little bit this season, which is unusual.
Yeah, it's because of the 2DM thing. You know what I'm saying? Pep took it out Ollie's playbook and that was like, yo, let me play these 2DMs and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. Pep playing 2DMs, Mazza. She says flawless is the ability of the footballers better now or back in the 90s and the 90s. To me, Miles better in the 90s and the 90s. But that's me personally. What do you think, Jan?
Don't they? So
What do you think? Say that again.
Do you know what? I think it's like you say, it's quite hard to compare. A lot of people talk about defensively, you know, the centre backs not being as good. You know, people are saying if Van Dijk was playing along with John Terry and all of them back in the day, maybe he wouldn't be seen as rated as highly. But I think football changes in general. The rules have changed now. You know, some of them tackles that you were doing in the 90s, be a straight red now. You wouldn't be on the pitch.
Yeah,
so you wouldn't be able to do that. So I think defenses have changed, attackers have changed, and players adapt. You know, the players coming through now will adapt to VAR. So these little kids will come through knowing that VAR is going to be a part of the game. You know, whereas the older players that are coming to retirement, they're not used to VAR. It's new to them. So I think people adapt. So I don't know if they were better back then, but it was definitely different. The game was different back then. So
you know why I say it's better? Because if we put together a World 11 from say, the early 2000s and a Premier League 11 from the early 2000s, and then you put a World 11 together from now and a European, I don't even think it's close. I think both teams get washed. It was miles better. Like I'm saying, if you look at Serie A in it, because Serie A is my thing growing up.
Yeah, the quality of that is definitely a lot worse.
Every top 10, all the top 10 sides in Serie A at that point had a bad boy striker. And when I say a bad boy striker, I'm talking about if you put them in today's game, they're the best striker in the world. Like Batistuta, for instance, played for Fiorentina. Fiorentina, for those who don't know, and are not a top team in Italy. But if you put Batistuta in today's game, there's not a better 9.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a better 9. And you know how highly I rate Aguero. Ironically, Batistuta is Argentinian, but that's my whole point. Look at like Hernan Crespo and Chiesa. Them two played for Parma. Totti played for Roma.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like them man are top of the tree in today's game. But back then they weren't. But it is what it is. Rashid also said, I'm supposed to judge how good man like Beckham were when I can't watch him live. It's just unfortunate. There's certain players, I can't tell you how good they were because I didn't get to watch them live. But it's one of them. Yes, Ace Kid J says, big on Marcus Rashford, Spurs personality. Yeah, he won Sports Personality of the Year. Yeah, man.
I wanted to win it, to be fair.
Salute to Rashford. Yes, he does. He thoroughly deserves it. Salute to Rashford.
Henderson, I was like, what? Would have been a robbery if he'd got it over Rashford.
Yeah, he had to win it. Flawless, I'm Hills AFC, bro. Man will beat us in the Carabao Cup final. It would just be like Mourinho to do that. He's not winning no league title, though. I'll tell you that. He ain't winning no league title. Yeah, Ryan agrees with you. He said, congratulations to Marcus Rashford for his award. Massively deserved. Yeah. Fact. Says, flawless ring Arteta and tell him to jog on. He's statistically our second or first manager in our second or third worst manager in our history. Now I tell him keep going, man. Give him a lifetime contract, man. A lifetime. I'm with it. Are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
He may. I think you come back to City.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got allegiances to him, innit?
Shit with Pep was working.
Maybe he does need to go back still. She says if Ollie wins the league, is he a top level coach? It depends how he wins the league. Put it this way, Di Matteo won the Champions League and no one calls him a top level coach.
Sure. I think this season, the way it's been going, you know, I think if Liverpool had a fully fit squad and were winning all their games and then Ollie was winning all his games and then he won it, then I think then they'd say, come on. But I think the way this season's going, like, it's weird because Man United haven't been great but are in the title race. Normally, if you play football how you've been playing football, you're not even in the top 4, you know. Like City, we're dropping points left, right and centre and we win one game and it changes everything. We're back in there. We're back in the conversation. And it shouldn't be the case. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be. Like, City, like, City fans in particular are having a meltdown because they're saying City are not good enough. But it's like no one is good enough this season. Like, nobody really looks any better than any other team. You know, United have been getting late winners, winning games from being 2-0 down. City haven't been doing that.
Wait, give us our correct name, man. We are Doggy Style FC because we're always coming from behind. But go on, continue.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been doing nothing going forward, and we're still 3 points behind Man United. So you lose one game, and we're, you know, technically we could be above you. Like this season's mad. This season is really
nuts.
It's different. It's different, and I think for that reason, I don't know whether they'd call him a top-level coach if he won it. But saying that, if you beat Klopp and Pep to a title, and Jose, arguably,
there
you've got to be given some credit for that. So we'll see what happens.
What's this? Oh, sorry. Never mind. Just got confused by a message in it. Never mind. So, yeah, I agree in answering her question. It depends. Jan City pretty much answered it. She answers questions just more better than I do. That's what it is. Like, she says what I'm going to say, but better. But yeah, pretty much the same. Like, it depends on how he wins it. That's what it is. If he wins it by scraping it, no. If he wins it, like, just by being out and out better team, out coaches Pep and Klopp, I'm with that. Then I'd be like, I got it wrong, but I don't see it happening. Flawless 10K by March. I'm telling you it's going to happen. 10K, what? You reckon we're going to get to 10K subs in March? I love the optimism from you lot, you know. I love it. It's road to 2,000, but hey, if we get to 10K by March, I am with it. You get what I'm saying? If we get to 10K by March, I'll do a 24-hour live stream. How about that? I will do a 24-hour live stream. I will pick a day and I will be streaming for 24 hours. You get me? From 12 till 12. We will do 24 hours. It won't just be me. I'll get other people involved, but the channel will run the whole 24 hours. That's how confident I am that it's not going to happen, but I love the optimism in that. Road to 2K. So please hit the subscribe button if you're watching right now. Road to 2K. I think super chats are enabled as well. So obviously drop your super chats and that'll push your question to the top and we'll answer it straight away and go even more in depth on it. So there you go. If someone told you in 2008 that Arsenal would be in a relegation battle, what would you say? Yancy, I'll let you answer first.
Do you know what? It's weird because Arsenal have always been that team that have always been decent, like in my lifetime anyway. Like Arsenal started off, they won the league the year I was born, to be fair. And then they were always there and thereabouts. Obviously, they won the title a few times, but yeah, they were always decent. So I would have never thought 2008 Arsenal used to come and mash up Man City, man. I remember Adebayor coming to the Etihad and just beating us single-handedly. I think that might have been 2008. But yeah, I would have never. They were brilliant. Like, they played nice football. They were so good. You know, I don't think they're in a relegation battle. Like, right now, it's all jokes. But I think, realistically, they'll come away from that. All it takes in this league is 2 wins, and they're probably mid-table. So I don't think it's as bad as people think. Would it be interesting if they went down? Yeah, because no one had any sympathy for us when we were going up and down like a yo-yo. So
yeah, because you lot don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Neither do Arsenal. So this is why I troll Arsenal relentlessly.
We used to go down. We used to come straight back up. So I'd expect Arsenal to do the same. But
hey, I just want to say, sorry, I had to cut you off because that is like dream world for me. If Arsenal get relegated, we are doing a relegation celebration party on this channel for like the whole next week. I'm telling you, I'm getting the whole 9. They'll have a banner behind me. I'm getting the party hats, you know, the poppers. I'm going to pull a string and balloons are going to fall down from the sky. I'm going to have a clown walking past, cake, the balloons, the whole, like, I'm going all out in it. No expenses spared if Arsenal get relegated. I am partying, liquor, champagne. I'm going to be popping champagne bottles and all that. You know what I'm saying? I am with it. And you know what? You are all invited. The Arsenal relegation celebration party. That's what it will be called as well. That's exactly what it'll be. Let's hope they get relegated. Do I believe it will happen in my heart of hearts? No. But am I praying? If there's a God, yes. If there's something that needs to happen in 2021, United winning the league and Arsenal and Leeds get relegated in the same season, that is stuff things are dream. That is stuff dreams are made of. Yeah, me. The only thing that could make that better is Liverpool getting relegated. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And City not finishing inside the top 6. It'd be fantastic. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I troll Arsenal relentlessly. Anybody can get it. Any rival, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Any Leeds, Newcastle, but it's just that Arsenal are the ones who are in a relegation battle, so you lot gonna get it. Sorry to cut you off in it. I'm just saying a relegation celebration party, or should it be a celebration Yeah, that's the right way around. Yes. So I'm partying, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine, no expenses spared in that. I'm saying it's like carnival, you know what I'm saying? We go party in the street if they get relegated. Go party. Someone said it, go party outside the Emirates. I'm with that. I am with that if they get relegated. Them cold nights in Wickham. Oh, I love that shit. At home to Stoke and that. In the second round of the Carabao Cup. First round of the FA Cup draw and that. Them man on Friday night football on Championship and that. Oh, that shit be great. You know what I'm saying? Look. Fantastic. Can't wait. Let's hope it happens. Sorry, I just hijacked the question. I just had to get that out there. I've been thinking about it a lot.
We can move on to the next question.
Is it? Sorry. Faris says, yeah, I hear that. Flawless Vibes FC. Yeah, man, that's us. We're Moments FC, innit? We are Moments FC, Doggy Style FC. That is Manchester United Football Club. You know, but we are in a title race. The Relentless Gunner says, yeah, I rate Aguero highly. If he played for Liverpool or United, people would say he's the best player in the league. You know why that is? And this ain't no disrespect to say. It's because he plays for City. This is why he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Do you know what, though? Aguero's just like, it's crazy.
His numbers are ridiculous.
He's mad, yeah. And he's not even fit. Like, he's fit. And a lot of times he's playing with an injury and he's still that good. You know, he's brilliant. Do you know what? It's funny because Thierry Henry says, like, something about, I can't remember what he said. It was something about, like, he's, like, basically saying he's in the conversation with him, innit? Like, that you can compare him to. That's what he says. Like, all these other players that they throw in the mix, he's not interested in hearing that. But when it's Aguero, he's like, cool. That's, you know, you can compare him to me, sort of thing. You know, it's... I love Aguero. I'm not ready for Aguero to leave. I'm really not.
I've been ready for him to leave about 10 years ago, but yeah, he's quality. Different. Rashid says, let's be real. If we had Tony Pulis, we'd be considered more of a threat. Probably, because that man know that Tony Pulis can just shithousery his way to some results. You get what I'm saying? If we did have him, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because not the Papa Pulis, the real Pulis, you get what I'm saying? The salt and vinegar Pulis, as JV calls him. Yes, even though you're making a joke, it makes valid sense. Ryan says, I'll be so pissed at Klopp if he lets Ollie win the league. Yeah, if he lets Ollie win the league, like, I don't want to hear nothing from anybody ever again in life. That's another thing. If Manchester United win, you know how unbearable I am going to be if Manchester United win the league? Unbearable in it. Like, I'm already unbearable now. Like, I'm shameless now. My team's shocking. So imagine what it'd be like if we win the league. Oh, Lord of mercy.
And football. I don't know.
Say that again.
Football.
Oh, yeah. I'm outside. I'm pulling up to Yan City Yard just to tell her in it. I'm pulling up to your house in it just to troll you in it. That's what it is. Throw your shirt out the window and that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. So it is. Yan City trolls me on Twitter. What's your at? It's me. Get me? We'll have it intervene. You can't be bullying people out here, man. What's wrong with you?
I'm not bullying no one. Oh, I think I know who that is. It's that United fan that's always trying to
United fans.
City. I think it's him. He's always trying to send for City, and I just keep batting back responses and don't like it. I think it's him. But yeah, let me know you're at it so I can bully.
Stop bullying people. That's not nice, man. Be nice. What's wrong with you?
Don't send for my team. I've been to United with opposition fans. 2021, we ain't about to nice no more. Come at City, get dragged.
All right, cool. You try me in it. I'm gonna start sending for City in it. Me, you ain't bullying my people out here. What?
Well, you will get dragged.
Try me in it.
That's cool. Yeah,
try me in it.
Try me in it.
Try me. All right, cool. Watching it. Watch your mouth in it. Famous last words. I got your back, people. Yancy can't chat shit. You know what I'm saying? Never chat shit about. Look at that laugh. Look at that big laugh. You enjoyed that one, didn't you? There, love. Enjoying yourself there, sunshine. Yeah. I know you are. Let you finish. It's all right. You good? Yeah. Showing all them teeth. It's great to see, innit? But could Pulis or Pardew win the league with PSG? You know what? It'd be interesting to see Pulis or Pardew how they would play with those players. They didn't just play that way because that's all they can attract towards that in them. So could Pulis or Pardew win the league with PSG? Yes, because I believe PSG will just go into autopilot. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the capabilities of managing, but I reckon them players would just ignore me and go into autopilot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that?
I think they're too strong a team in terms of the players, isn't it? Like, it's kind of like Ollie at the moment. Like, Ollie is not a good manager, but like you say, because of the individual brilliance of the players in your squad, they win games. Like, you'll be 2-0 down. By right, you shouldn't be winning that game.
Facts.
But the likes of Bruno, Rashford, them sort of players, they'll step up and win you that game. So it's the same with PSG. Even if they put terrible tactics in place, your Mbappe's, your Neymar's are just going to go and win that game regardless of what the tactics are. All it takes is a free kick, a penalty, a corner, something. They'll put the ball in the net, you know. So, and obviously the defensive players are still good. So, yeah, they'll win that without, I think, it's interesting because when a manager isn't doing well, it's all on the manager. But when they're winning, it's on the players. It's, oh, look at the brilliance of, you know, Bruno. Bruno's sick. You know, it's never really Ole's sick. Unless he puts out a formation which is the reason why you win, or it's not working and he changes it and you go on and win the game, then it can be down to Ole. But normally it's on the players. So I think regardless of who the manager is for PSG, they're winning that league just because the quality is better than the other teams in the league.
See, I pretty much agree with that. Rashid, this is interesting. So who's better, Rashford or Sterling? This is interesting. You know how this is going to go. I understand why people always say Sterling. Because Sterling's output is ridiculous. Sterling's output is ridiculous in terms of his goal involvement. I think he was like top 3 in terms of, was it from 2018 up until now or something like that in terms of goals and assists.
And do you know what? He misses so many chances. If he was more clinical than he is, I don't know where he would be.
See, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's why I would say Rashford, but if someone says Sterling, I wouldn't be like, you're mad wrong for saying that. See, Sterling's output is ridiculous.
Rashford has talent. Like, Rashford obviously is a fantastic player. But I just think, like, for Sterling to be the way he is and so frustrating and still pull up their numbers, and he has won us leagues. Do you know what I mean? His goals have contributed to Man City becoming champions. Rashford hasn't done that yet. If Man United go and win the league this season and Rashford scores a few last-minute winners that are the reason why you win that, then we can talk about that. But I think right now, Sterling has won us the league, and his output, like you say, is brilliant. So right now, Sterling, I'm not saying that's going to be the case forever, because you never know. Rashford's still quite young. Sterling's still quite young as well. So we'll see. But yeah.
Now, here's the thing is though, his output this season, Rashford's been our main guy. Like, I think he's our top goal scorer. I think he is legit our top goal scorer. Like, he's becoming clutch. Like, he's doing bits. He's doing bits. You know what I'm saying? He's doing bits. Chronic Ballo says big up to Flawless and Yancy. Salute to you, and love the DP as well. Dragon Ball Z, of course, man. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I need to watch it all again. Yan City, the money is running out. What are you gonna do at City? Question for you, that.
Unless you stop traveling on public transport, you stop driving, you stop getting on airplanes, our money ain't going nowhere. Thanks for funding it, by the way, because if you've ever traveled where there's been some sort of petrol or fuel, you're helping to fund the Man City project. So keep doing that. Keep going out. Keep driving your car. Keep doing what you're doing. The money ain't going nowhere.
Don't worry about it, man. They can't win the Champions League, so it's calm. Don't worry about it. Ryan here says, yeah, you like that one. If Ollie wins the league, Ollie wins the league, I don't know what football is anymore. You know what? Ollie winning the league would just sum up 2020. Even though it would happen in 2021, it would sum up 2020 in a nutshell if Ollie managed to win the league. I'd be ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic about it. But I know all the Ollians would be like, seeing you wrong. But I've said this before. Because I'm a United fan first, I want to be wrong about Ollie. I want Ollie to be as good as all the Ollians say. Because if he's that good with the team we have, we're going to win trophies. And I haven't seen us win a Premier League in 7 years, Champions League in however long. Like, I need some success, you know what I'm saying? I need some success over here. It's game bad. There we go. Rashid says, AC Milan and United back in the title charge. We bringing back history. Hey, as long as United win it, I'm with it.
It's funny, isn't it?
I don't follow basketball. You know what I mean? How well do you think LaMelo will do in his rookie season? I'm not a basketball head like that. What about you? You're not a basketball head like that.
I don't really watch it.
Okay.
I like basketball, but it's the time that it's on, man. Like, it's too late for me.
Hey, Tash, when Tox is back on, he's the guy to ask for basketball questions. He answers for that. But I do want to bring a basketball show over here, actually. I do want a basketball show on TV. Yeah, but you don't watch it like that. I need someone who's knowledgeable. I need someone who's knowledgeable.
In America, but it's not enough.
I need to talk to some Yanks. That's what it is. Yeah, and City, I got a question. Why did you choose to support City over teams like Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United?
Well, my dad is a diehard Man City fan. He's been going to Man City since he was 6 years old, I think. So maybe 1963, 62, I think, something like that. So yeah, so I grew up with my dad being a diehard City. My mum's a Scouser. She's a Liverpool fan. So Man United wouldn't have been an option anyway. I didn't like Man United as a kid. They were always on TV. I didn't like them. Chelsea, obviously I'm not from London like that. So I wouldn't have supported Chelsea anyway. Arsenal, I've always liked Arsenal, but...
See, wronging. We like Arsenal.
But yeah, it's got to be City. I had a choice between City and Liverpool, and it was clear City for me. Clear.
Wronging. Wronging. Rashid says we're Robbery FC. We're Robbery FC. We just rob all these teams.
Yeah,
we do, man. Like the bank job, you get what I'm saying, and that man, like Mason Gunwood up top. You know what I'm saying? You deserve more than 10K. Thank you. Love, thank you. And that being said, with those kind words from the relentless gunner, please make sure you hit the like button and let's get the likes up and let's keep sharing it. You get me? And continue to grow his road to 2,000. You get what I'm saying? A road to 2,000 subs.
That's what it is.
Okay, all right. You can run with that. I'm going with road to 2,000. You lot can root for the 10K. Yeah. Flawless do a drunk live stream like blackout drunk fam. Here's the thing, yeah. If I do a blackout drunk stream, I'm probably not going to be allowed back on air. You get me? I will offend so many people. That's not a good idea, innit? Yan City, she knows me personally, so she knows what I'm like. So, and I say most things on air.
I've never seen you drunk, to be fair.
So the stuff that I'm with, next time you see me, I'll probably be waved because it'll be over the Christmas period. But yeah, like I can't get blackout drunk on air, innit? Because then I won't hold my tongue at all, innit? And I start saying everything, and then people will get mad at me. Could cause issues. It's not a good idea. But if you watch the last Talk About It Network special actually from November, I was mash up on that. This is why my hat was like this. I was mash up on that. I was fucked up. But yeah, I get blackout. If Yan City gets waved with me, we'll get waved together and that. See, it's on her, innit? It's on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she's not on it. Flawless Warm for Tottenham. Spurs, didn't it? What can I say, Nella? That's just typical Spurs. This is why I don't see them as a threat.
Do you know what's interesting? It's interesting because I don't watch Spurs normally. I'm not a fan of Spurs, as everyone knows. I don't normally watch them, but I think some Tottenham fans are saying that, like, because I was bigging up Son, because I think Son is fantastic.
Quality baller.
They were saying Son doesn't normally get, like, he gets to a part in the season where he doesn't really score, or he has like a bit of a dry patch, and that's why he only gets a certain amount of goals per season. Apparently he don't get, I think he's never got over 20 or something like that. And they said because he has like a dry patch. So I don't know if I know he scored in the last game before today, but I don't know if that's what their issue is. I don't know if when Son and Kane are on it, that's
goal
plan on. You know, I don't really know. I know they play defensive football and try and catch him on the counter. Obviously, therefore they are relying on Kane and Son to take the chances and score. And if they don't do that, they've not really got a plan B. I don't know. I don't watch them. That's just what I get from what I've heard and Tottenham fans. So I don't know if that's a problem. We'll see.
Spurs
They're not far away, are they?
Spurs always gone Spurs though. They just have that Spursy about them. Like they have to do something major to lose that stigma attached to him. They have a stigma attached to him.
Yeah.
And to lose that, you know what they have to do? Just win a trophy.
Yeah.
A major, like if they win a Champions League or win a Premier League, we'll then take you seriously. but you always continue to fall short. Even on the Poch, I'm a fan of, that team should have won something. And that's not solely on Poch. That's on the players as well. Is that when they got knocked out to Juventus, and was it Cellini who did the interview, and he said Spurs just give you the chances. Like, even he's saying it like, what did Fergie say? He used to say to the players, yeah, lads, it's Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, it's just them, innit? They just have that weak, they have that weak aura. Even though the team's improved on the pitch, they just have that weak aura that they're not going to do anything seriously.
I think you always have to do that, though. You have to prove, because it's like, even with City, like in the Champions League, you see every season City are one of the favourites. We're not one of the favourites. Like, we haven't won it yet. Until we prove that we can win that, or at least get to a final and lose narrowly, you know, we can't be favourites for that competition. And they say it on purpose, so when we get knocked out, they can say, oh, see, City were one of the favourites. Because by our squad, we are one of the best squads. So they're going to say, okay, they should be winning it. But really, until we've proven that we can do that, we're in the Spurs boat. Like, this is why at the start of the season, when everyone was saying Spurs are going to win the league, I was like, until I see it with my own eyes and they are taking it seriously and they're top for a while, I'm not seeing it like that. Like, they have to prove to me that they can do it, you know? So we'll see what happens. I did say in the beginning that I didn't think they would win the league, but with Jose, he's a winner. I do think they'll go for the Europa League, and I think they have a good chance of winning that. But I don't think they'll win the league. I think the fact that they finished third in a 2-horse race, I'm going to hold that against them until they prove me wrong. You know?
This is it. The fact that under Poch, I think they finished second, third, and fourth in consecutive seasons. Like, that just sums them up. They always have that. And even with someone like Mourinho, who is a serial winner, they still have, you have to get over that hump. Like, City had to get over it. It's like, when you win a league, like you spoke on there, then it's like, oh, you got serious. You know what I'm saying? Until you win something major. Like, we see City trying to get over that hump now in Europe.
Yeah.
United had to go through it.
You're all right. Once you win it, I think once City win the Champions League, they'll probably win it again. Not the year after, but I think they'll win it again a few years later. But they just have to win that first one.
You gotta get through the first one. Like, we seen United go through that period. Then they had to win it. Arsenal went through that period, didn't win it. Chelsea managed to win it. It's like, that's what you have to do, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Rashid says, flawless. If my town club Reading get promoted and Arsenal get relegated, it's gonna be seen. Oh, I'm with that, man. Give me enjoy. Man said, flawless, I'm throwing a flat party if Arsenal get relegated. Definitely, man. Parties everywhere, man. This is Carnival Central. If Arsenal get relegated, are you mad? The amount of Arsenal fans I know who are going to get and here's the thing is, if they get relegated to the Championship, I'm still keeping my eye on their results. I'm doing Friday night watch-alongs of their games on FNF. I am telling you by myself. You know what I'm saying? They are getting trolled to the max. If they got relegated to League One, I'm still watching their results in it. I'm relentless with this trolling. They don't stop. Once it stops becoming fun, then I'll stop in it. And this can be any club. It just so happens it's would I prefer it to be Liverpool? Yes, but you know, we don't you know what I'm saying? You always get what you want. Flawless, if we want to win the league, Woodward needs to take his finger out his ass and buy a centre-back. I don't think we can be successful with these centre-backs. I think we can be successful. I agree with you in terms of, yes, the squad needs adding to, but the centre-backs we have aren't the issue. It's the fact that he's playing Maguire and Lindelof next to each other, and they just don't complement each other. Whether you think they're good enough or not I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying none of them are quick. You need one quick centre-back. So play whichever one you want to pick, play Baye or Axel next to them with pace. It's just a partnership. That's how this shit works. Go on.
We got our first super chat.
Oh, is it? Mazo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Relentless Gunner.
Shout out Relentless Gunner in that with the first super chat. He says, all right, go on. We got to go extensive now. And
I just seen it, so I thought let's pull it up.
Thank you. Salute for you for the first. The Relentless Gunner. I'm gonna never forget you because you're the first super chat. You get what I'm saying? And what I was talking about in terms of partnerships and hosts before we get into it. See, that's why me and Yan City work, because we're different. You know what I'm saying? I want to spot that super chat. There you go, innit? So go on.
Yeah, big up to you for your super chat. Thoughts on Foden being in and out of the lineup. You know what? I don't know what it is with Foden, because to me, he looks good. He's like, when he plays, positive. he links up well with Torres. They seem to be good together. And it seems like there's games where it's crying out for Foden. And for some reason, Pep doesn't bring him on. Or if he does bring him on, it's not really for long enough. So I don't really know what's going on there. I think that Manchester derby is the one game that was crying out for Foden. We needed a Mancunian young guy who was just going to take that game, create something. David Silva would have done it. We don't have him anymore. Phil Foden in that game would have been the next best thing. And if he'd have brought him on, I don't think we'd draw that derby. I'm not saying we would have ran away with it or anything like that, but I think he would have created enough, because we didn't look like we were going to score in that game. And I think he would have created a chance where the likes of Sterling or someone could have got on the end of it, or he would have maybe even created it himself. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. You'd have to ask Pep. He does say that he doesn't do resting players and all that. And I think the last time Foden did play, I think was West Brom. And he didn't have the best game, but I think that's because he's so in and out. Like, he's not getting a run of games that I think he needs. So, yeah, I think I feel sorry for him, because I think he deserves to play more. But I don't know what it is. Like, City fans don't know what it is, because Pep's moaning about 5 subs and he doesn't even make 3. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm assuming because it's a long season and we've got so many games, he will get his chances, especially with David Silva going. There's more space now for him. So hopefully he'll get his chance. But then you've got Bernardo Silva, who also needs a run of games. Like, he's looked good. He looked very good against Southampton. So I think he needs to stay in the squad. I don't think we can afford to kind of take him out again and just change it up every minute. I think we need to get some consistency going. So, yeah, we'll see. But I don't know what it is with Foden, honestly. I couldn't tell you.
My thoughts on the Foden situation is, this is just Pep simply overcomplicating. We got another super chat we'll get to. Simply just overcomplicating simple matters. If there's someone who is, I'm not saying Foden's as good as Silva, but if there's someone who is adequate, not adequate, but a replacement for him, attacking player with a left foot, silky skills, why would you not play Foden? But he seems to have gone with this 2 DM things. I don't know what it is. It may be after they got beat up by Leicester, but I've never seen Pep, whether it's at Barca or Bayern. Sometimes when he should have probably played a bit more.
He doesn't,
He seems to have gone, it'd be like a Bielsa all of a sudden playing 2 DMs. Be like, what is going on? That type of, like, Bielsa just goes for it. Don't matter if he's playing league, if he's playing Championship Wickham, or he's playing relegation Arsenal, or he's playing Barcelona. He's going to play the Bielsa way. You know what I mean? I just go forward. Look at today. They were 4-1 down and they were still just going for it. So that's how I look at it. I think Pep's just overcomplicating simple matters. I think he's changed, because people have been telling him he needs to change his tactics. And now he has. To be honest, defensively, we look a lot better. And the problem is, last season, we were so open at the back. Even though we were scoring a lot of goals, we were just conceding. So it was kind of cancelling out our attacking efforts, because we just couldn't defend. Whereas this season, we've sorted out our defence. And this is why I'm not saying City are going to be well up in the title race. We don't know, because right now they've not really looked up to it. But because of the defence that we have at the moment, because the defence has been going so well, it's almost like when the front click, when them players click and start playing football, or like the likes of Foden get more chances, we should be able to get a run of wins together that could put us in that conversation, because we sorted out the defence. Whereas last season, the defence was so bad that even if we were scoring a lot of goals, we weren't doing what we needed to do at the back. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think hopefully he'll get more chance as the season goes on. That's what I'm hoping for. See that as a United fan, I'm hoping he's not, but as a City fan, I'll be like, why is this guy not playing? Because he takes, to me, like I said, he takes the attacking burden. City already create a bucket load of chances anyway. So if you add Foden in there alongside De Bruyne with all Mahrez and Aguero and Sterling and the Copacabana, Kevin Phillips and that, boom, you're gonna create even more chances. You know what I'm saying? And that. You get me? The poor man's Richarlison. You know what I'm saying? That's who he is, isn't it? Jesus. You know what I'm saying? About Jesus. He's just
Let's
gotta
get
be
to
up
the
in it.
super chat.
Yeah. Yo,
Is that
see
my
that?
age?
Yeah, man. See, this is why this see that. This is why he's my family. This is my brother, you know what I'm saying? Just dropping super chats just to say big up. You know what I'm saying? Like these man support thoroughly, you know what I'm saying? And when I say these man, I'm talking about the whole circle. So everyone you see me around, Saeed, Mr. Aaron United, Nuruddin, Rants, Adam Matic, like these man, you don't see the growth of this channel and my brand without these man in it. They help so much. So it's like salute to you, Saeed. You literally just messaging each other just a second ago. You know what I'm saying? So salute. Make sure you subscribe to United Central Mods. Do your job and put United Central. Put his link to his YouTube channel in the comments, please. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, big up for the super chat, Saeed, man. Thank you, man. United Central. You're gonna see him on this channel again soon. I'm over there tomorrow, actually. Straight Jacket podcast tomorrow, 6 p.m. That's what he was messaging me about. So yes, you'll see me over there, myself, probably JV, Mr. Aaron United, the whole gang in it. That's what I'm saying, the whole United family. So yeah, big up United Central each and every time. Here we go. The Relentless Gunner says, yo, should I just turn it in and go support Bolton? No, you can't change your team. As much as you want to, yeah, I mean, you can change your wife, you can change your car, you can change your house, you can change your job, you can change your career. You cannot change your football team, innit? You can't do that. You can change your wife, unless your wife's Yan City, then you can't change her, you get what I'm saying? That's it, innit? You know what I'm saying? But we got a youth together if you just didn't know, so that's why, innit? I mean, we stuck together for life, innit? Ads is our son, remember. You remember his name, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
not old enough to have a son, by the way.
Say that again.
I'm not old enough to have a son that old.
All right, bust your gun in it. That's what he was saying in the comments. They were like, yo, you really have fan club, you know. There is really Yan City FC out here.
No fans. I don't have
there
no
is. You have Yan City FC out here.
You have fans.
I have fans.
There's already been someone in this chat that's saying he's a fan, innit?
I have fans, but the thing is, when I've done videos on here before, people ask me for you all the time. Like we've just fell out and that. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, she's just not around. People were like, where's Yan City? And I'm like, oh, she's back. It was on Agenda FC. I was like, she's back tomorrow. Yeah, me on Gyardem City. So yeah, you see Yan City. She's on Gyardem City. She sometimes jumps on Mandem United when we do the mashups with the Gyardem City. You see her on the Sarcasm City podcast. Where else do you jump on? You've been on Agenda FC.
On anything. This is my show, innit? This one.
Is this your show? Skill high. Yeah, let us give you the lowdown. So this is how the show came about. Tox hit me one night and was like, yo, there's always best sports questions. Let's do a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So I said, cool. Let's get the logo done. Tox sent me the logo you see in the background there, code logo that Tox did. And then I tweeted out and was like, yo, Tox just hit me with a fire idea. Me and him are going to be hosting a show. Then Yan City DM'd me and then said, something along the lines of, what's this show? I want in. So I said, yeah, cool. The next thing I know, she's the one in the top 5 left of the corner. She's inviting guests on. She's muting me and kicking me off the show. All this type of thing in it. She's like, it's my show now. So yeah, this is why you see her. You know what I'm saying?
It's what it is.
But yeah, I know you're joking, Relentless Gunner, but I appreciate the super chat as well. You know what I'm saying? Man, put $199. Where are you from, actually? Let me know. And I'm going to forget because you've dropped 2 of the first 3 super chats. So we appreciate it, like I said in it. Anyone who wants, if you want to support, for anyone who ever asked, like, oh, Flawless, how can I support the channel? Super chats and sharing the video and liking it. Just simple stuff like that. Obviously, you don't have to drop a super chat. Just like the video and subscribe to the channel and tell your people about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's shows on Sarcasm City TV for everybody. There's not just sporting. Obviously, we got football, we got boxing, we got MMA, we got a music show, we got current affairs shows, etc. I'm trying to get Yan City to bring the Yan City show over here. I've heard just talking about life. Look at her smile, all 28 teeth. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Love it. Rashid says, tell Saeed he's a legend for coming up with the Ginger Mark Albrighton name. It was Rance, you know. Rance came up with it. It was Rance. It's hilarious.
That's right.
It was Rance. But yeah, if you're going to support a team, Relentless Gunner, yeah, you can't change your team. I said this. All right, we need to get to some questions because we missed. But like I said, that's what happens when we drop super chats. Go on.
Do you think there'll ever be a proper African coach in the Prem?
Yes.
Do you know what?
Go on, you talk.
No, I was going to say, do you know what? Like, I think nowadays, like, we haven't really had black coaches in general. Like, it's definitely been underrepresented in general. And if you think about footballers and how many great black players there are, that shouldn't be the case. So I think people are already talking about it, you know, so hopefully one day, I think the likes of like Vincent Kompany will become proper coaches. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's not African technically, because he's Belgian. But I think you never know. People like Yaya Toure might decide he wants to coach. He might be a decent coach. And if he is a decent coach, then could he coach in the Prem? Yeah, I think he could. You know, I think it would just depend on who. Probably would have to start with like your Premier League legends. I don't think they just have some random coach in from Africa. Unless he's gone somewhere else and won something like the Champions League, then they might give him a chance. But I think in general, it would probably have to be some sort of Premier League legend first, I would say. What do you think?
Here's the thing with that. The reason why I think it will happen is because there's so many African players and people of African descent in the Premier League. It will just naturally happen at some point. The same way, if you look before black players were playing in the Premier League, someone would have been having that type of conversation with, would you ever see black players? Then once you seeing the first 2 or 3, now there's an influx. You know what I'm saying? Like black players are just regular seeing. Like if a team put out an all black 11, no one's even paying it no mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time before the black managers start managing in the Premier League. It might take a little while longer. It might be 10 years time, but all it takes is one, and then you get more. We've had Chris Hughton, for instance, who's managed in the Prem. Oh, what's the name of the black guy who was he at West Brom and they sacked him?
Yeah,
Darren Moore.
Yeah,
Darren Moore. So it's like it's only a matter of time, innit? Like there's too many black players in the game, especially now, who are gonna go out, leave the game, get their coaching badges, and then come and manage. So yeah, I believe it will happen at some point. With just hella questions we missed. Like I said, if you want us to definitely answer your question, super chatting it, because we might miss your question, so we apologize. I apologize if we do. I'm trying to get to it.
Let me see if I can find any question.
Oh, you just picking out the best one? All right, Yancy, you pick out the best one.
Yeah, I'm just looking. It's all like it's conversation, innit? So
all right, I've got one here. Jeremiah says, if Arsenal get relegated, then I'm playing the Thomas Partey song 10 times and I'm dancing to it. Oh, more than 10 times. That man brought the nail back to sing a song and dance outside the Emirates for a defensive midfielder. Partey's cold, no doubt. But for a holding midfielder, you know, that's like Chelsea giving Kante the number 7 shirt. It's like, what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Man said the scenes if DT was outside Luton Stadium. Facts. Yeah, because DT's from Luton as well. So that'd be great. That'd be great. Here we go. Right. I'm just trying to get to, like I said, if you definitely want your questions answered, super chats, people. Authentic, the exception says, I told you, Flawless, we will smash this league. All right, we'll see, innit? We'll see. Here we go. Rashid says, imagine Leeds fans waited 16 years to watch their team get beaten 6-2. I know, lovely. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of fans. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of fans. Just want to get relegated, innit? Oh yeah, Mike said, well, I got shout out Mike, red line gang each and every time. He says, well, I got par today happily though, because he was unsure about the United team. So was I. Here we go. Rashid says, I would say PSG and United are the only teams that have individual brilliance. Who else is there? Nah, all teams have individual brilliance. It's just that teams don't rely on it. Like Liverpool have individual brilliance, but they don't just rely solely on it to win games. City have individual brilliance, but they score team goals. City score the same goal over and over again for the past however long Pep's been there. That man scored that goal. That back Sterling. How many times has Sterling scored at the back stick? How many times? You know what I'm saying? Or has he missed? He's in that position. You know what I'm saying? Ryan says, Firmino has seen my comments later. Facts, man. Here we go. Sanjar says PSG won't win the league with Pulis or Pardew. Emery didn't win the league, won in his first season at PSG, and he won back-to-back Europas with Sevilla. That's a fair point.
Yeah, true. Forgot about that.
That's a fair point, but he did manage Arsenal, so you know, who knows. Blazers out said, if Man U had a manager like Klopp who makes everyone 27% better Bruno. Who's better, Bruno or the Bruno?
Saying that. Who's better wouldn't be a question.
I hear what you're saying. Rashford on the Pep would do bits. These man under any quality operator would do bits. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Prime Hazard or Prime Salah? To me, Prime Hazard, but that's me, Tash. What about you, Yancy?
Do you know what? You know what I don't like about the Hazard thing? Because, like, I don't watch Chelsea religiously, and I don't watch Chelsea. Like, every time I've seen, most of the times when I've seen Hazard, it's been when he's been playing against City. And in some of them games, he's not really been that great. Other times, he's led him to the win. It just depends. I don't know. It's a hard one because I know Hazard's like a David Silva, where if you're not a fan of that club, you don't see the full picture. You know, now David Silva's left, he's getting a lot of props. He wasn't getting that a few years ago. You know, people were saying Ozil's way better and all this kind of stuff. Like, he wasn't getting what he's getting now. So I wouldn't say I'd seen enough of Hazard to say that he's better than Salah for me. But I know if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be saying the opposite. So I don't know. I think they're both quality players. I think for me, if you're a quality player and you do what you need to do and you can lead your team to a title, which both of them have done, kind of, then you both quality for me. So I don't know. That's a hard one. Salah in that season, though, that season where they didn't win the league was brilliant. Like, we haven't seen a player do that for a long time.
She froze on me. Yeah.
You frozen.
I don't know if I froze or you froze. Am I frozen? Am I moving now?
Yeah. That individual season, that prime Salah, I think Salah's kind of still in his prime. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd say maybe Salah edges it a little bit. Let me see if there's any more questions. That is a hard one, though. Just one for Flawless. He's back now. He's back. Where's he going? Come back in.
Because you tried to click me in, I tried to click myself in. That's all. It's cool.
Yeah, Glazers Out says Flawless Woodward. Oh, yeah, you've seen that one already.
Yeah, it needs to get centre back. I agree. I want to open the car.
Prime Hazard is better than Salah. Salah dribbles like he's running in quicksand.
Yeah, Prime Hazard. Because here's the thing is with Salah, yes, Hazard was the main man for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Whereas
true.
I don't look at Salah as the main man. I'm not saying he's not important. I think Mane's just the main man over there. And I think that, like, whereas Hazard, literally the league titles he won when they was there, when he was there, is what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Let me just get to this one. Rashid says, tell these youths Ronaldinho's levels above Neymar. Ronaldinho is the greatest player I've ever seen play. Ronaldinho is the greatest. There we go. I just want to say this. Ronaldinho is the greatest player I've ever seen live. When I say that, I mean I've watched personally, like on TV.
Let me get this comment in here.
Come on.
See it.
7 years, big boy Man United, you know. Yeah, prime. But how long was the last time Chelsea won a league title? 5 years, big oil, Roman Abramovich, Chelsea, with your one chant team, innit? You man, innit? One chant team and that. That's what it is. But that's what we're going to start doing with these Q&As, actually. We're just going to pick out the best questions. That's what I think we're going to do.
Rashid says, bro, I think Bruno's personality changed United. We could have De Bruyne, but I don't think we would be as good. Do you know what? I think De Bruyne in your team, though, the chances he puts on a plate, Martial's getting ridiculous numbers. Rashford's getting ridiculous numbers. So
what you're forgetting is, though, we have a manager who doesn't like to dominate the ball. So it wouldn't. Everyone dies here. Yeah. I say this all the time. Every talented attacking player we have gets doubted at some point. At the moment, it's Bruno. You know what I'm saying? But when Donny plays, it will happen to Donny. Every single Martial's getting it right now. But Martial, Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, I've all had it. And it will happen to Donny. They haven't gotten to Greenwood yet because they can't. But all our attacking players get doubted. And all them players there, I just named the quality. They get in most sides. They get in 99% of sides in the Premier League. And probably like 95% in Europe. Ooh, that's too tough.
Man says, who are your top 10 favourite footballers ever and currently?
That's too tough, man. Yeah,
that's hard.
I'll let you go. I can't answer that. I'm sorry, innit? I told you pick out. You gave me the easier questions and that.
You know what? My brain. See, I think it's easier if I stick to City because if I do any footballer ever, it's going to be quite hard. So if I stick to City, as a kid, it's weird because my favourite player was normally the not popular player. So I used to love people like Gelson Fernandez and people like that no one even knew outside of Man City, like
just wanted to be awkward.
And all that. They were my favourite. But from City, my top 10 favourite footballers, I've got to say Sean Goater, because he was what really made me look at City when I was a kid. You know, when I was a little kid, I wasn't really into football. And when I kind of got to like 10, 11's when I started kind of watching it. And obviously Sean Goater was there at that time. Sean Wright-Phillips, another one for me. Loved him. Still love him. Alano is quality. Like I'd take Alano now. Like obviously not at his age. Alano, that guy. You know. Another one that did really well for City, you know, like Anelka. I know he was at the end of his career, but at City, you know, he was good for us. The last time we got a win at Anfield was with Anelka. That says it all.
Jesus.
But yeah, I think a lot of my favourite players are going to be more recent, just based on when I've really been into football. So currently, my favourite player is Fernandinho. I love Fernandinho. You know, you never hear anything negative about Fernandinho come from me. I love that guy. I'm going to cry when he leaves.
He's leaving soon, so we'll get the tears out, innit? You know,
and I need to see him before he goes. I'll be pissed if I don't get back in that stadium to see him.
All right, let's hope that you don't get to see him live. You know what I'm saying?
Aguero, obviously. Aguero is the reason for the best moment of my entire life. So it has to be Aguero. Gotta love David Silva. I think I've probably done the 10 already. I did love Robinho. City have had some good players over the past years. So yeah, that's probably about 10. They're my people.
All right, cool. Like I say, that's hella too tough and that. There's too many to name. Just United alone, there's too many to name. Yeah. Never mind adding in the rest. All right, there's too many to name in that. Relentless. I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. He says unpopular opinion. David Silva is clear of Ozil. I think everyone agrees that David Silva is clear of Ozil. No, I think
at the time when I was talking about like a few years ago when he was in the league, I think he was very underappreciated. I think now he's left, he's getting his credit because some of the stuff that I'm hearing about Sterling, about Silva, I wasn't hearing when he was a City player. Man City fans will tell you he's the best player we've ever seen in a City shirt. Yeah. City fans say that all the time, you know. Even City fans that have watched like your Colin Bells, Man City legends, do you know what I mean? Your Francis Lees, you know, your Tony Bucks, all of them, they still will say David Silva is the best player that City have had. Like they will say that. So, but I think opposition fans weren't saying that. And I think it's only now that it's kind of getting to the point where people are saying, right, you know what, he was quality. He was one of the best players the Premier League's seen and all that stuff. But yeah, it wasn't that long ago that trust me, people were genuinely saying Ozil is better than David Silva.
Yeah, that's wild. But you know, people were trying to. I remember when Arsenal signed Xhaka and people were comparing him to Pogba. These things happen. Or Liverpool fans comparing Brewster to Rashford. These things happen, innit? Like, let's not forget.
Rashid Harris says, "Why does everyone hate Man United?" Do you know why everyone hates United?
Go on, she's gonna give you some bullshit reason. Go on.
Nah, like when I was growing up, United were extremely cocky. And the thing is, they had a reason to, because they were backing it up. I don't mind. If you want to be cocky and you're backing it up, that's fine, innit? Do you know what I mean? But what's happened now is if you act like that, when you have your downfall, people are always going to jump on it. So it's not really about people hating Man United, really. It's more the fact that when you're winning, and rubbing it in everyone's face, when you stop winning, you're going to get slated. That's why Liverpool have got so much abuse over the last 30 years. It's not because people hate Liverpool more than anyone else. It's not.
I just want to put out there, I hate Liverpool more than anyone else. We're going to continue.
But Man United fans, yeah. You know, City fans, it's more of a kind of City rivalry in terms of Liverpool, Manchester than it is about the actual club. But you're always going to get that But you've got other fans now, you know, who have been slating Liverpool over the years, like Tottenham fans and people like that really wouldn't have had a reason to. But it's because when you're at the top and you're kind of bragging, you were always going to get it. City will get it. If City don't win anything, they will get slated. And people, like, you could ask the same question, why does everyone hate Man City? Because 10 years ago, Man United fans aside, everyone was saying City are my second club. I remember when I was like 2007, 8, people were telling me, oh, Man City are like my second club. You know, they've got a loyal fan base. You know, I had people telling me, because I've been a City fan since I was born, basically. But I used to get fans saying to me, like, no way, you're a City fan. You know, I respect that. You're loyal. And then all of a sudden, when we got money in 2008, it's, oh, plastic. How long have you been supporting City? Bet you weren't there, blah, 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 blah. So the mentality has changed completely. So it's just, when you're successful, you get hate. If you're cocky, you get even more hate. Man United have been both. So that's why. Plus, they're not a nice club, to be fair.
Hey, all right, we're absolutely lovely club, biggest club in the world. Secondly, everything else you said, apart from that last comment, is spot on. When you're on top and you're rubbing it in people's faces, of course. Like, I'm shameless now. You gotta think, imagine what I was like in school and college days. And when my team was winning everything, I was giving everyone shit. Your team's winning back-to-back titles and Champions Leagues. And I was trolling back then. Like, this trolling thing to me ain't new. Like, I just have a bigger platform to do it on now. Yan City knows, you know what I'm saying? I was trolling everybody. Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans were getting it. And this is all 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. Some of you lot were even born these times. I was trolling, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in high school. I'm in year 7, 13, trolling Liverpool fans and all that. Getting the whole works. Oh, you from New York? My guy. What part of New York? You know what I mean? Let me know, my G. Appreciate the super chats. Shout out, little bro says, I'm saying this now. Fred is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Mr. Underappreciated, underscoped, underrated. It's a disgrace. I'm saying it. Fred is top class. Fred is top class, in my opinion. You've been saying this, actually. I do rate Fred, not as highly as you do, but I do rate Fred. But not as highly as you do. I feel like I deserve to say that. Nah, I don't just dash that out there, but he's proven to us how important he is. Not world class, but definitely top class. I hear you. I think he's good.
I like Fred.
Yeah. I think he's good. Don't be mistaken. I think he's good. Where else we at? See what other good questions we got. Nah, I get what you're saying, Rashid. It says where we at. You said people forget how good David Prime Ozil will. Nah, Prime Ozil was quality. I just rate David Silva that much higher. That's all it is. Yeah, man. Big up Indiana. He says late night sarcasm Z. We live it. Big up the first 11 each and every time. Yeah, man. We had to still keep this on the schedule. Well, it's Yan City show now, innit? And if I didn't do it, she would have beat me up. So I had to do it because I never would have heard the end of it. Hell of abusive phone calls, physical abuse. You know what I mean? I don't need that in my life. So that's what it is. Why are you shaking? You see how she didn't deny it, people. Look up, smiling, showing.
He doesn't get abused by me. Like, the highlight of his day is when he sees my name pop up on his screen.
Sure, she don't even ring me like that, people. But don't let her lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Why are you lying to the masses and that? These are our people.
Check your call log, innit?
I'll check. I'm gonna check my call log right now, innit? Just to prove to these people, that you talking a whole heap. But she don't ring me often. And when she rings me,
my name. I bet he spelled my name wrong on his phone.
You're actually in my phone as Yancy. So there you go, innit? You're in my phone as Yancy. See, look, here we go. Details. See, when's the last time? See, incoming call, 9th of December, 1 minute, 16 seconds. Incoming call, 25 seconds.
I agree
incoming
with
call, 2 minutes.
Harris.
See, she out here lying. Go on.
I agree with this one. Jacko underrated for City, you know. Do you know what? City fans loved him. I can't lie, like, sometimes he would frustrate me. But he's quality, innit? And I think we could do with him now, really. The way City play, the amount of balls we put in the box, we could really do with a Jacko. I would have taken Giroud. Now Giroud's killing it. We won't get him, but I would have. We were saying it in a few shows ago. That we have Giroud, and I was saying he would be perfect for us. We won't get him now because he went after that. He went and scored like 5 goals in one game or something. So we won't get him now. But
he scored 4 against Sevilla, innit?
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Ryan says Yana City missing Leroy Sané. He was my favourite non-Liverpool player when he was in the Prem, unreal player. Yeah, you know what? He was key for us, but he didn't really get on that well with Pep. I think Pep didn't like the fact that he doesn't defend, which is very interesting now because Bayern Munich, he got subbed on and subbed off the other day for the same reason. And it's because he doesn't do his defensive work that he needs to be doing. I think he's good enough to kind of make a difference regardless. And I think we should have tried maybe a little bit harder to keep him. But he did want to leave, and you can't force a player to stay. It just becomes toxic when you do. So it's not. It was out of our hands. He wanted to go home to Germany, and he did. So would I take him back? Yes, I would.
Yeah, Leroy Sané quality. Like when I seen that he was leaving, I'm like, yo, he'd fit perfectly for United. And then I seen the price he was going to as well. I was like, rah. I know he's been injured, but still. Oh yeah, Harris as well. You mentioned something about if United win the league, do a 21-minute freestyle. I'm going to be releasing music in 2021 anyway, so you're going to get music from me, Talks, the whole Take Note team. You'll get music from all of us. Like it was on the agenda this year actually, and then all this media thing took off. So that's why it got put on the back burner. But we have been in studio at points this year. So yes, the team project's almost finished. We just got to finish it up. But we're going to get that sorted in 2021 and start making regular releases, videos onto this channel. That's what it is.
Rich Spot says, David Silva may be the best City player I've seen. I'm a Man United fan. I've said this.
I agree.
Brilliant. I agree with that as well. Everyone hates United because we won everything. It always happens. Yeah. I think it's the fans as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of like your clubs, you have your club rivalry. You might dislike a club for various reasons. If they're a bogey team, you're gonna say, for example, every season you get beat by Burnley. You're not gonna love Burnley because they beat you every time. So you're always gonna have that little bit of they're a bogey team. I don't really like them. Like in terms of Everton, I don't hate Everton. Like, I've got nothing against the club, nothing against the players, anything like that. Obviously, there's a City rivalry in there in terms of Liverpool, Manchester. But my mum's from Liverpool, so it's a little bit different for me. But I just think in terms of the fan base, that's what makes it or breaks it. Every Everton fan that I've met has been all right. I haven't met a load of Everton fans who have been not great. Whereas the Man United fans I've met quite a lot of Man United fans who were just not, you know, I've had bottles dashed at me. I've had death threats from Man United fans in my face. At games. Yeah. I've had that.
Yeah, so that's just ages.
Less favorable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, I'm all for banter and stuff like that. But when people start doing that, it doesn't matter if it's to a female or a male, like what you're talking about there. Like that's ridiculous. And with all the nonsense that's been going on recently with females being attacked, it's stupid, isn't it? Like we defended like females in the space. They all do a great job. Jan City being one of them. You know what I'm saying? I told her this off air. I said it on air when it was on Aaron's show talking about it with Stroll. Like, obviously, you can banter them and not if they support different teams. But when you start sending death threats and threatening to beat them up, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not want to drive women out of this space? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And that makes no type of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? The more women in the space, the better. You know what I'm saying? You might as well look at men all day. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It just confuses me. But it is what it is. Super chat from the Relentless Gunner. Big up for the super chat. Yeah, man, much appreciated. He says, you rate Nasri, he can't come around North London. He's talking to you.
Do you know what? Nasri did his bit for Man City. Some of the goals, I was looking at some of the goals the other day because it was showing his goals, and oh my gosh, he was a player. You know, obviously at the time there was a lot of banter. He left Arsenal saying he was going to win trophies. He did what he said, you know, all of that. But yeah, I like Nasri, but he just didn't last long. So I think these players are good, don't they?
The thing is, leaving Arsenal works out for everybody. Everyone goes into greater good. Look at the amount of players. There was the picture that it was for. It was Walcott, Van Persie, Nasri, I think Adebayor, all celebrating scoring against Arsenal. When you leave, man, you go to greater good. Everyone left them when Premier Leagues and or Champions Leagues. Everybody. Like there's an old school picture of Arsenal, and it's like Sanyo, Nasri, Van Persie, Fabregas, two other players, and it's like so much loyalty. Adebayor, and it's like so much loyalty in one picture. It's like, yeah, man, Arsenal just get me. They just banner club for real, innit?
Do you know what it is?
Premium banner club.
It's
Premium.
the club as well. Because, like, look at the players that they could have had. They could have had Yaya Toure. Like, he went on trial there. Like, the players that they could have had and the team that they could have had is unreal. Do you know what I mean? Most of the top players in the Premier League have been linked with Arsenal in some capacity over the years, whether it's, you know, they put a bid in and it was slightly too low, or they were supposed to go Arsenal but they went somewhere else. Like, they could have had a squad. You know, I think some Chelsea fan was saying the other day, like, I think it might have been Prem. Might not have been. Apologies if it wasn't. But I'm sure someone was saying they could have had Kante, Kevin De Bruyne, Mohamed Salah, like, and that's like literally what they actually had. Not even a case of he nearly came in. They had them players in that squad at the same time, I think, or around the same time. Obviously, Kante came later. But I think Salah and De Bruyne were there at similar times. I'm sure they were. I'm not too sure. Kante obviously came a lot later. But
obviously as well. Cristiano Ronaldo. They almost signed Cristiano Ronaldo as well.
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah. It is. So yeah, that's why the Arsenal people leave for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? And that, but again, appreciate the super chat. You know what I'm saying?
Rich
Shout
says, I think most United fans aren't bothered by City. Liverpool have always been the rivals. You know what it is? It's when
Rich. Fuck them all. You know what I'm saying? And they still rivals. Fuck them all. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it like that. Yes, I agree with you in terms of Liverpool. For me personally, I had the number one up. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, it's how it is. City weren't competing with Man United, so we were rivals. This is what I always say. We were rivals geographically. In terms of where we are, we're always going to be rivals. You can't, even if City get relegated and we are in the third division like we used to be, we're still Man United. Man United are still our local rivals. Do you know what I mean? If we get you in a cup, it's still a local rivalry. It's still a derby. It's still like that. Whereas your rivals in terms of who you're competing with, Man United are on 20 titles. Liverpool are on 19. You are always going to be rivals unless Liverpool go clear or you go clear. Do you know what I mean? And someone overtakes, you know, you or Liverpool in that. Maybe then the rivalry will change a little bit. But for now, it's always going to be like that because the titles are like that. So you're always going to be, they're the team that you need to beat. Do you know what I mean? If City win the league this year, doesn't affect Man United the same way as if Liverpool win the league this year. And for that reason, it's always going to be like that. Rashid Harris says, what do these long-term City fans think of the post-oil money City fans? Do you know what? With success, you always get fans. You know what I mean? Without success of the big teams in the world, they wouldn't have as many fans. That's just how it works. In terms of City fans, it's interesting because the fans that I've been going to games with since before we got money haven't changed that much. I think City's fan base, obviously we got an extension of our stadium, so it's gone up a bit, but between like 2007 and like before we got our expansion, they've only gone up by 5,000 fans, like in terms of appearances. It wasn't like it shot up. So I think a lot of the fans at games are the same. Most fans that I sit with or I speak to at home games, away games, have been going longer than me. Like, I'm a new fan. I've only been going to City since about 16 years ago. I'm a new fan, like, compared to everyone else. It's mad how long people have been going. Zane Rana says, big up yourselves. Come on, United. Big up you. Fuck United.
Hey. Less of that. Less of that language. Man, don't mute your mic. Relax. All right. Relax. What else we got?
Ryan says Fred would get into our team. He's much better than Ronaldo. He hates Ronaldo. Ronaldo's good to look at, like I always say. All
right, less of that. This is not no show type of thing, innit? Because if I said something like that, I'd be class sexist and all them things there. Yeah, what I'm saying. If I spoke about your looks rather than your knowledge on here, then it'd be an issue, innit?
You can talk about my looks if you want. I don't really care. There's nothing to say that's gonna offend me, innit?
True say, you know me well still. You know what I'm saying? No, I say some wild stuff to you. I said some mad shit to you.
Rashid says Company's better than Van Dijk.
Yeah, Company is bad. I would say Company is Van Dijk. On the Company Van Dijk thing, the only thing I defend Van Dijk on is, one, it's not his fault he's in the era he's in. And I would have loved to have seen Van Dijk in the 4-4-2 era just to see him up against a striker one-on-one rather than two centre-backs marking one striker. Do I believe Van Dijk would be all right in the 4-4-2 era? Yes, because I think he's that good. I think he's quality. But it's just a shame we didn't get to see him in the 4-4-2 era. But again, that's not his fault. But yeah, Company's quality.
Yeah.
Company different. I think Company is better. I don't think there's many centre backs better than Company in recent times. Therefore,
Rashid, where are you going? I'm trying to do it in order. You jump in the gun.
Yo, because I seen this and all right, go on.
Rashid says Laporte, Diaz, and Aki are levels above him.
He likes to be called Harris, by the way, innit? He likes to be called, so call him Harris.
Harris.
That's my done, innit? That's my G right there. That's my young G.
Do you know what? Diaz is top quality. Like, he's come in and he's fixed our defense basically, single-handedly. Do you know what I mean? He's making John Stones. I'm not saying John Stones is not good because he has been playing well, but he's making John Stones look great. Company had the ability to do that, to make the person next to him play better, step up their game, whatever. Diaz is doing that. Laporte has been quality for City since he's come in. Obviously, he's kind of getting dropped now. Aki, I've not really seen too much of him at City. He's looked okay since he's come in. He's had some solid games. Obviously, when Stones got dropped for Aki, we conceded. I know it was a deflection, so it's a little bit unfair to kind of blame the defence as much. But the defence didn't look as solid with Diaz and Aki as it looked with Diaz and Stones. So I think them two are our key partnership we need at the moment. I think he should stick with it. Obviously, Laporte needs to come in at some point as well.
When he starts playing one DM, that's when Laporte will come in. But two DMs, he's going to stick with Stones with Diaz. He starts playing his pragmatic football and that, you know what I'm saying? He is Pep Guardiola at the minute. That's what he is. He is Pep Guardiola.
Says, good evening from Chicago, Flawless and Jan. Big up yourself. Big up to you.
I appreciate that. Yo, man said Chicago. You know, actually, this is what we're going to do, actually, people. Before we even get to any more questions, everyone needs to say where they are watching from. So that's what you need to do. And again, I say this all the time. I don't just want I want a city and the country. So we don't just want the city. We just don't want the country. We want both. And on top of you doing that for us, you get me? You lovely lot who are here with us at 1:45 in the morning, UK time. Hit the like button on the video and please make sure you subscribe to the channel also. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell. But yes, please let us know where you're watching from. Cedric said Chicago. That's mad, you know. That's crazy to me that you're watching all the way from Chicago. Yeah, go
on. One sec. Just wanna.
Since you take it over the questions.
Says, do you think City ever properly replaced Company? We hadn't. But I do think, I know it's early days, but Diaz is giving me Company vibes. He's come in. He looks like a leader. As much as I love Laporte and I rate Laporte, he's not a leader. Like, whoever was next to him in the defense their game didn't improve. Whereas I think next to your Companies, your Van Dijks, the player next to them steps their game up a little bit. I don't know whether it's because I normally say, if you have confidence in the other centre-back that you're next to, you're less likely to take risks. That's how I see it. So when, say you're a Gomez and you've got Van Dijk next to you and you don't know what's going on behind you, you're not going to take a risk and take a player out in the box because you're probably thinking that Van Dijk's got it covered. Whereas if there's a Otamendi behind you, you're probably going to take that player out just in case. And I think that's the difference. And Diaz looks like Company. He's come in. Stones has stepped his game up. You know, I think they've conceded. They've kept 8 clean sheets in 10, John Stones, this season. So, yeah, I think we have finally replaced Company. He's 23. He looks like a leader. I'm very happy with Diaz. Obviously, it is early days, but I'm very happy with him. He is giving me them Company vibes. So, yeah, I think we have now. But up until this season, we hadn't. Rashid says, was Van Persie world class? And Arsenal is a banter club for rejecting his move to Juve.
We know Arsenal are a banner club. One, is he world class? Yes, I'd put him in that bracket. Yes,
That
he was just
2013 season, he single-handedly won the league for Man United. That season was interesting because in the transfer window they were saying whoever gets Van Persie will win the league. Man United got him; they won the league.
Yeah, so I would say he's world class.
Yeah.
He was just one of them. He was just forever injured.
Yeah,
he was just forever injured. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Go on, since you took over the comments, go on. Let's get to it.
Rich Sport says, it may depend on when you started supporting the club. I went to school with lots of Liverpool fans and they were the best team at the time. That's very true as well. When I went to school, most people were Man United. But in my primary school, the popular kid was Liverpool. So a lot of the people, when I was going to school, a lot of people were back in Liverpool. And then when I got to high school, it was all Man United. Like, Man City fans didn't even really... There was always City fans, obviously. Based on the location, there was always City fans. But I think a lot of the fans that kind of supported City were a little bit quiet about who they supported. It's only when we got older and I'm thinking, I didn't know you were a City fan. So I think some people were a bit quiet. So, yeah. But I was always in football arguments, man. That's why I know my football, because I had to win arguments against people whose teams were much better than mine. So I had to know the facts.
You know what you're talking about still.
So that's why. Adele Razak says, flawless, you're coming Goodison Wednesday. What's your prediction? Is that your next fixture?
Yeah, it's the Carabao Cup, innit?
Oh, the Cup.
Yeah, the Cup. I can see Everton. It depends what changes get made. If, say, like Everton go their strongest 11 and Manchester United change it up, I could see Everton, but I can see extra time on the cards. Can definitely see both teams, but I expect United to win. Yeah. And like I said, it depends on formation.
You played them already this season, haven't you?
Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah.
3-1. Yeah, we did play well that game. Harris says, imagine my first United game at Old Trafford was 6-1, still traumatized. I feel for you, man. My last game...
Is that the Man United one? Man City?
Yeah. No, he's talking about... he might be talking about Spurs. I don't know. Actually, was the fans there? There wasn't no fans there. Yeah, he must be talking about City,
Man
City.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last game...
That's been a good game to go to. I could have gone to that one.
Yeah, see that. Fully deserved. You know what I'm saying? The university when you there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But as I was saying, yeah, my last game was what's it called? The last game I went to see was when a couple years ago when we got beat by Everton at Goodison 4-0. That was my last game. I was there.
Oh, the last game.
Yeah, that's the last game I went to. Pissed. I was so annoyed.
Didn't you say you went to the derby this year?
Which derby?
The last game that everyone could watch live.
I wasn't there. No, I wasn't there. Are you mistaking me for? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. Last game I went
must be my other husband.
Yeah. That's what it is. See, she's cheating on me. People disrespectful.
Is what it is.
Hella disrespectful.
My last game was the Carabao Cup final. I did not think that was going to be my last game against Aston Villa this year in March. And then there was one more game that City fans went to. No, there was Sheffield Wednesday in a cup, the FA Cup, I think it was. And then there was the derby, and then the fans got kicked out.
Might as well. Charles Harris, he says, my guy, I know you man like the thing and subscribe. Facts, man. Harris saying that in such a Harris way. I love that.
Relentless says he's from Harlem.
Another American, big up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Rich says he's watching from Cambridge, UK.
Let's go, Rich, my guy.
Rashid says Reading, aka Deadin, but representing.
Let's go, boss.
Rich Bot says just subbed. I'm sure I've seen you on another channel as a guest.
Which channel was it? Let me know which channel it was. I always like to try and keep track where fans are pulling, supporters are pulling in from. So if you can remember, please let me know, Rich Spots. But thank you for jumping over.
Brian says, do you still get names on the back of shirts? That's that years ago.
Yeah, I don't. If I'm going to get something, I'm going to get a number 9 and Cloud on the back. That's what I'm going to get.
I do.
Cloud 9.
Though. I don't always get.
If you don't get Yancy, what is the point of life?
I don't. I've got Fernandinho because that is my boy, and he's gonna leave me.
Get Yancy, you Egypt.
I've had my name before, like pure times in it back in the day. I used to get my date of birth, like the year that I was going into that year. So like if I was going to be 25, I'd get 25.
You're a
and
fool.
then my name in it. But I just get players now, but not always. It just depends. I didn't.
Should have just got Yan. How do you not get Yan City on the back? Someone give me suggestions in it.
You want to buy me a City shirt with Yan City on? By all means, feel free.
Why would I buy you a City shirt? Why would I want to touch a City shirt? Never mind buy you. Why would I want to walk
touch it? Buy it and order it to my address, isn't it?
Why would I want to even pay with my card and have that come up on my receipt? City shirt. I'm just despicable. It's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong.
I didn't buy my City shirt. I never buy it. People always buy it for me.
Yeah,
this year, a Liverpool fan bought it for me, and last year, a Chelsea fan bought it for me. That's what happens.
Yeah, your other husband. That's what it is, isn't it? But yeah, keep the questions going, innit? Go on, keep the questions going. Come on, and taking water.
So, Ryan says Van Persie was one of the most elegant strikers I've ever seen.
Big facts.
Quality, man.
Big facts.
Rich Spot says, when I went to school, City fans and Chelsea fans didn't exist. I think it just depends where you are. If you go to school in West London, it's going to be Chelsea fans. Yeah. People always tend to support either their local team or the team that's successful.
Yes.
That's the toss-up. It's either you go for your local team, a family member. You know, a lot of people say, I support Man United because of my uncle or something like that. Like a lot of my close friends, they've got a reason to support Man United. It wasn't just because they're from Manchester. So one of my closest friends, her granddad played for Man United as a goalkeeper for years in the mid 1940s or whatever it was, 50s, 60s, whenever it was. And she, for that reason, is a big Man United fan. So I think it just depends on things like that. Ryan says, I got Torres because he's my favourite player of all time. He says they all resulted in bad luck. But he got injured for most of the season. I got Gerrard and he almost went to prison. And I got Joe Cole and he was just hopeless.
All right, Ryan, what you need to do is get number 10 Mane. I will buy that for you. I will send you the Mane, definitely, without question.
Do you know what's funny about that? Mine's not really been like that. I got Kun Aguero in 2012. And obviously, you know what happened? 11-12. And he went and won us the league.
So it's your fucking fault then why I had one of the worst days of my sporting life ever. I was across the road from the ground. That's what annoys me the most. I was in the Asda. Literally, I was shopping in the Asda across the road.
I didn't know you then. Otherwise, I would have come to brag.
Thankfully, I didn't. I'm legit shopping, getting gas because you lot are on the next thing. And yo, we just messed.
Did you hear us? That game was mad. Do you know what? That was just the maddest thing. I don't even remember what happened. All I remember is because I don't celebrate a goal before it's hit the back of the net because I don't trust I always look at the offside flag in it. So I don't celebrate straight away. But honestly, the minute it left Aguero's foot, I was up. And then all I remember is all these people just jumping on me. And then some random guy came and gave me a kiss, yeah? And then I've never seen this guy before or after. I've never seen him.
Big up my man. My man said
I don't know who it is. But I've never seen him before and then never seen him again after.
My man just come and grabbed you and went, mwah, and then just bounced.
Yeah, literally. And he was bigging up because my sister's husband came with us, right? And every time he's an Arsenal fan, yeah? But we used to have free season tickets. So he used to come with me and my dad, right? And every time he goes to City, they win. It's not even a case of they draw, they win. I sent him to Barcelona because I was in LA and I sent him to the Barcelona game. We won 3-1. We weren't going to win that game. So, yeah, if we get in the title race again, I'm sending him because he just has some ridiculous.
I'm just laughing at my man giving you a kiss. My man picked his moment. Smart guy, innit?
Yeah, and he just came over. I've just never seen him again. It's just mad.
Wait for his moment because he knew you're not going to be in a better mood. So you're just all right, let me do this now. She ain't going to mind, innit? You don't care at that point. Nobody cares. I've been at football matches.
No one cares. No one cares.
And I've been there. People spill drinks on you and all that. You don't care about all that.
Yeah.
Celebrating all them because any other time you kicking off.
Yeah.
But when your team,
football, innit?
Yeah, football's. We don't care. We are United fans.
I do miss football. I miss away days.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir.
I miss that. I do miss home games as well, to be fair, but away days are just top quality, man. Top quality. Just that Wembley. I miss Wembley. Do love a Wembley trip. All of that. I'm hoping they let fans back in if we do have a Carabao Cup final. I think it might be a bit early, but I'd love that.
I could see it being what is it? A semi-final or quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup?
I think it's the quarter now, maybe.
I'm gonna check it now. 1 sec.
Yeah, because he's talking about you and Spurs in the final, and we're not playing Spurs, so it must be quarters.
Right,
we play Arsenal.
Ooh, all right, keep the questions going. Go on. I'm just gonna check it out, see the fixture.
Yeah. So let me just get to it. He's saying about the show that he's seeing you on. It may be Usman Talks.
Oh, shout out my
a few weeks ago.
It might be Usman still. Shout out Usman, and I do owe him a show actually, because I was supposed to go on last week, but I was mad busy. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, man, that's why I always ask. Yeah, so the quarterfinals, you got Brentford, Newcastle, Arsenal, City, Stoke and Spurs, and Everton United. So it could be. I could see all Manchester derby actually.
I hope not. I can't deal with that right now.
I know it's only the Carabao Cup. I'm very actually now.
That's our trophy, innit? We can't be losing that to Man United. Yeah.
You don't love that Cadbury's trophy.
That will go back to back to back to back. That's ridiculous. Like, you might as well just rename it the Man City trophy if that's the case. Rashid says, "Fam, when I was growing up, I saw Chelsea as the biggest rivals." Again, it depends. Depends. Chelsea won the league. Was it 2004? I think I was in year 9 when they won the league. But Chelsea got money when I was in year 7. Because that was 2002. So, so Chelsea, but even, this is what I mean, in my school was in Cheshire, it was still, even though Chelsea was successful, people didn't just jump to Chelsea because they were winning. You were United, City, or some people were Liverpool. You didn't get Arsenal fans. You didn't get Chelsea fans. You didn't get Spurs fans. And if you did, it was because their dad was from London or some specific reason why they supported that team. People didn't just grow up and pick Arsenal or Chelsea or whatever. I think nowadays it's more likely to be, you're going to get Chelsea fans, you're going to get Arsenal fans, you're going to get every other kind of fan. But when we were younger, in Manchester anyway, you're red or blue. So even if you support Arsenal, you're going to have a preference between Man United or Man City. That's just the way it is. I don't know about other places. Ryan says, Firmino has become good because of me. He's seen my comments slandering him and he's decided to up his levels. Yeah, you need to get Mane about Gomez. Get Mane. I might even bite you myself, depending on how the title race goes.
There we go.
Rashid Harris says, I support United because my family's from Manchester and then they moved to Reading.
Let's go.
Rick Fort says, I went to school in Wales. My uncle tried to get me to support Everton, but I chose United maybe because Brian Robson was my favourite player at the time.
Legend. Yo, Rich, not only are you a legend, Brian Robson, whole legend. I'm saying you picked the right decision. Smart guy, Rich, and you're watching Sarcasm City TV and you subscribed. You're just a clever individual overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rashid says, is there any point of watching the Liverpool United game? We're just going to lose.
Nah, you know what? There is, because one thing Liverpool will do, we play better when teams give us space and have the ball. And one thing about Liverpool is they'll have the ball and we can literally we can devastate any team on a counter attack. Is it at Anfield or is it at OT? Where's it at?
It's at Anfield.
It's at Anfield. Okay, yeah, man. So yeah, man, we due a win there. We've not won there in a minute still. So we're due. So that's what we're going with. But yeah, we are. Get your last questions in because we're going to close out the show shortly. But please make sure you hit the like button on the video. That is very important. Salute to Saeed. Salute to the Relentless Gunner who put in super chat. Like, we really, really, really appreciate it. What we're gonna do with super chats, I don't know, some form of giveaway or raffle or something like that with super chats for the Sarcasm City merch or something like that. We're gonna make something happen. You'll be seeing Yan City modeling some Sarcasm City merch soon as well. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan says, me and my dad wrecked the living room up celebrating when Aguero scored against Keith. Yeah, Staffing United won the league and the last minute was beautiful. Do you know,
Let's
I never
go.
even thought of
Right,
that from a
okay.
Liverpool point of view. That must have
Let's
been
go.
nice.
All right. Relax.
You know what? You know what though? In 2014, you had your time with Denver Bar anyway. I'm sure you were living that. So
that was. Wait.
things around about.
Hold on. No. That was a thing of beauty because it's going to happen to a nicer guy. And I've seen Steven Gerrard, and ironically, he said at the start of the game, this does not slip
That's
now.
not a slip.
And I've seen John Terry slip and miss a penalty and help United win the Champions League. Oh, it's great. It's wonderful. Here it says, when you're going to do a non-sports live stream tomorrow. Sarcasm City podcast is normally every Sunday at 7 p.m. But Sarcasm, so it goes live every Sunday 7 p.m. But we're doing it tomorrow 9 p.m.
Am I on it tomorrow?
That's a non-sports. Do you want to be on it tomorrow? Do you want to jump up? All right, you're on with us then. So yeah, Yan City is our special guest on that too. So yeah, Sarcasm City podcast tomorrow. That's non-sports. It's myself, Tox, and JV discussing all current affairs. So we'll probably be discussing the vaccine, more wild shit. If you're easily offended, it's not for you. We discuss Gyal, the whole nine, everything. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but Yan City done now. Go on.
Yeah. Rashid says, might as well call the Carabao Cup the City Cup. They always win it. Do you know what? Liverpool have actually got more than us. They've got 7. We've got 6. So we need to win it. Or if they got 8 and we've got 7. I'm not even sure. I think we have 7, they have 8. So yeah, we need to win it one more time and then we match them. That's why the fans want it scrapped. 2004 was the Arsenal Invincibles. Oh yeah.
I remember. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm so
2003, did Chelsea win it? I know Chelsea won it in between.
On what?
I don't know. Do you know what? My memory when it comes to football is terrible. It's bad. Oh, he said, I think Chelsea got the next 2. 2005.
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, they won 05, 06, and then 07.
Yeah.
You talking the Premier League? Yeah, they won 05, 06, 6, 07. Then United won 07, 08, 08, 09, and then 09, 2010, because we won 3 in a row.
Rich Bot says Wales, it was Everton, Liverpool, or Man U. All were pretty close. Yeah, Everton is I wouldn't have thought Everton was in Wales, but I know historically Everton have quite a big fan base. See, my granddad's Everton, but he's from Liverpool, so it's just
your granddad's smart individual. That's why if you're from Liverpool, you support Everton. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Don't support Liverpool. If you're from Manchester, you support United. None of this city business. If you're from London,
the way around. If you support London, if you're from London, you support United.
Woman, shh. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is, isn't it? City fans are proper manx, like Everton fans are proper scouters.
Stadium, empty shit house of a stadium than you do. But anyways, on that note, is there anything you want to add before we leave, Yancy?
No, but you can add this. Rashid says, don't you feel trophy deprived as a United fan?
Man, of course. I'm struggling to me like it's, but
may it continue.
Just bleed in front of the troops. I understand that we could be Arsenal. That's how I look at it. And we will win a trophy.
Liverpool won 4 in a row in the 80s League Cup. See, this is what we need to do. Back to back to back to back.
Keep that Tim Pot trophy.
Don't know whether we'll do it this season.
We can have that in it. We on the charge to the Premier League and that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. Premier League settings. Big trophies. Big trophies. But yeah, salute to everybody. salute to everybody who's locked in. This has been a later than scheduled Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. You get these every Sunday at 8:30. And then you get the Sarcasm City podcast before this at 7 o'clock, which is a non-sporting podcast. Also, since it's the Christmas period, we don't stop working. So like I said, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, you will get Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. I will be opening up the lines across the Christmas period for anyone to jump on. I don't know what day it will be, but Yan City, you'll probably see. I'll probably be drunk on maybe 2 out of 3 of them, maybe all 3. I don't know. Yan City might be with, because she might be with me for one of the shows as well. So it is what it is, and Tox and JV and the rest of the clique. But thank you to everyone who's supporting me. Really, really appreciate it. And like I said, the reason why we're opening up the phone lines because we did it last time and put the StreamYard link out, and we had people jump on. We did a 5-hour and 42-minute live stream.
Don't miss this comment.
Go on, say it.
It says lit podcast. I can't talk. Lit podcast Flawless, and the Queen. Ah, that's so sweet. I wish you a great night and a great holiday. Much love. Thank you. Big thank you for tuning in all the way from Chicago.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Comments like that is why we continue to content create. If there's any shows that you want to see or anything you want us to add, let us know. Like use like watch alongs. We did the first one today. You'll be getting more watch alongs of other Premier League games like this United, other Champions League games too. Less for the super chats in it. Saeed, United Central, that's familiar out there, and the relentless gunner as well in it. Like I said, we're gonna put something together probably in the new year in terms of every month. I don't know, the top 10 people who drop the most super chats we'll do a giveaway to or something like that. Something like we'll come up with something between myself, Yan City, Talks, JV. We'll do something, some form of Sarcasm City merch giveaway or something like that. But thank you, Rich, man. Appreciate it, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, follow suit like Rich and everyone else. It is road to 2,000. Even though you're talking about 10K, is road to 2,000. And this podcast and audio of a podcast on Sarcasm City TV, audio of a shows are available in audio-only platform. So wherever you listen to podcasts, if you type in Sarcasm City, you get the audio version so you can listen at work, in your car, when you're cleaning in your house, wherever. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever else. Yan City, anything else to add before we leave?
No, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you tomorrow on what's the first one? From a Third Eye View? Is that the first one?
So From a Third Eye View will be live on here. It's Pi Radio settings, of course, but it'll be live on here because Pi Radio shut, so we carried on working. So 7 till 9, you're going to get From a Third Eye View with a special line-up Christmas special, including Yan City and 3 or 4 other guests. And straight after that, you're going to get the Sarcasm City podcast at 9, including special guest Yan City as well. So yeah, we're going to keep working. We're not stopping over Christmas. Look how smiling on 36 teeth. But yes, people, this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.